Do you have any plans to visit the border?
At some point, you know, we are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I mean, I don't understand the point that you're making. I'm not discounting the importance of the border.
Never gets old.
Let's bring in Laura Trump, Fox News contributor. Good morning to you, Laura.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. There's a report out this morning that the Biden administration is now concerned after they watched that interview. She had her first international visit, and they feel like that interview is overshadowing it, that it has dogged Vice President Harris for the whole trip and stole the spotlight from her. This is a CNN report on Harris's trip. Vice President Kamala Harris endured a rocky first foreign trip since taking office, with sources telling CNN her two-day swing through Mexico and Guatemala left some administration officials quietly perplexed about what they perceive as her bumpy answers to questions about whether she will go to the U.S.-Mexico border. Your thoughts on that?
That's CNN.
Yeah, that's CNN, by the way. Good point. I think we're all pretty perplexed. I mean, I guess this is what happens when you have a border czar who is closing in on 80 days since she has been tasked with addressing this problem, has yet to go to the southern border. That interview was an absolute disaster. What an embarrassment. I haven't been to Europe. Are you kidding me? What does that have to do with anything? And we have been to the border. Who? Who has been to the border between Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, the two people apparently in charge of the country? It is a ridiculous thing. I mean, it's hard to believe, guys, that this woman was actually a prosecutor. She had to know she was going to be asked these questions, and then she so nonchalantly kind of tries to brush it off. This is a crisis. We have seen that in a year we have a 674% increase in people coming over our southern border. There were 180,000 apprehensions last month alone. Those are the people they caught. Right. Think about all the people that came in. You guys show the videos all the time. People just walking across the southern border with nobody there to stop them. It is ridiculous. Obviously, it is embarrassing for America that this is our vice president.
Well, you know, she did go to the border when Donald Trump was president, when she was a senator, to see with her own two eyes how that administration was impacting people. Now, she's actually part of this administration, but she won't go down to the southern border to see with her own two eyes how it's impacting the people. You're talking about those images of people waiting across the Rio Grande. I mean, those people are taking their lives in their hands in some cases to try to get here, and she's not going to go down to understand the root causes at the border. It seems a little off message.
Well, it's ridiculous. It's insulting to America. It's insulting to the people that live on our southern border. It is ridiculous to assume that these people in the Biden-Harris administration are doing anything at all. They are not. In fact, they repealed what Donald Trump and the Trump administration had implemented, the policies they put in that worked. And you heard the president of Guatemala talk about it. He said the reason this is happening.
Yeah, we have that clip. Sarah Carter interviewed the president of Guatemala yesterday. Listen.
Porque dijeron allá, vamos a propiciar la reunificación familiar. Y pasaron los coyotes llevándose a los niños y adolescentes para los Estados Unidos. Y se llenaron las fronteras. No solo con gente de Guatemala, un montón. Por eso es que le hemos propuesto que los mensajes sean claros. La vicepresidenta ayer mandó un mensaje muy claro y dijo, no se vayan porque no los vamos a dejar entrar. Ese es un mensaje claro. Pero un mensaje tibio, lo único que genera es la posibilidad de que haya malinterpretación. Se pueden decir los mensajes de buena fe, pero va a haber gente que lo va a malinterpretar.
So if you're not clear about your message, I'm sorry for everyone listening on radio, if you're not clear about your message, it is going to be a go sign for his people to come to America, and they have not been clear. It's easy for Republicans to criticize Democrats and vice versa, but when another country's president is telling you his reality, you got to pay attention. Hard to marginalize.
Yeah, and when that president is the president of a country whose people are part of the groups that are coming to our southern border, he is telling you the reason this is happening is because of the policies and because of the messaging from Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I mean, I talk about it all the time, guys, but don't forget that they have told people, if you come here, you will be able to stay here. We will grant you amnesty. We will give you free health care. We will allow your children to stay. What person in their right mind would not see that as a clear signal to come now, come to America now? This is your chance. So then they tell us, well, wait, but the border's closed, so don't worry about it. We're not that stupid. Americans can very clearly see. The president of another country can very clearly see. It's a really sad situation. They have to get a handle on this. I don't think they want to go to the southern border, guys, for one reason, because it would draw more attention to the absolute crisis that exists there.
You see it, you own it, and they don't want to own it. Her political operatives told her to stay away. Instead of just leading, she is plotting and planning, and that's bad for the country. Laura, thanks so much.
Thanks, Laura.